So a couple of weeks ago, I was telling you that I was going to be doing some work in my sewing room to make space and, I don't know, create more efficiencies, I suppose, in the room. So I'm just going to walk you through what has now changed. So the first thing that I said I was going to do is I was going to strip down all of the cabinets that were on that wall, and they've all gone bar one. That one I've now put up there, and that holds my most commonly used books, which has worked out really well. And on the top there, I've just popped up there all of my oilcloths and things like that might have a little bit of I don't know, substance residue on them from the waxing. I wanted to create that wall there because I wanted a clear background really that would be better for photographs, and you've probably seen already it's come into a lot of use. So I have 3 hooks upon the wall. I bought 5 in total. I've got 2 spare still, and they come in really handy because I can just pop up some bits on the wall and take really nice photographs and take them down really when I'm not really using it for anything in particular. So that wall's been an absolute success so far. I also wanted to create some hanging space, which you can see is just here. So I can now hang up my jacket when I'm in here, as you can too, and there's just a couple of bags there for the time being. On this wall here, didn't quite go with the change that I'd expected to. I was planning to take that blanket down and put it onto the blue wall, but I've since changed my mind about that. I did plan on putting my cottons there, and that's the last thing to do is to put them all back onto the stand. But I also bought another shelf to go up there too. But I'm taking it back. I didn't need it in the end after all. The other thing just to mention that did change was this wall was going to be a lilac glitter paint. Again, that's going back to the shop. Reason for that is I had a big clear out of my wardrobe. My friend Helen took a lot of my clothing off my hands. And as she was trying on my clothing, I realised that the things that she was taking from me all had hints of lilacs and pinks in them, which made me realise that that colour just didn't suit me. Bearing in mind that wall needs to be a backdrop to the clothing that I generally wear, I decided the best thing to do would be to go and choose a colour that best suited my colour palette. So I took that jacket to the shops and I walked along the paints until I reached that colour, and that's the one I went with, and it's absolutely the right thing to do. Got a new cutting mat just here, and the one at the back will be replaced as well when I've got some spare funds. Everything's looking a lot smarter there. Just got a couple of bits stacked up there. Didn't manage to create too much of a tidy space down there, but it's definitely more organised. And then the biggest change of all, I guess, is this wall here. So I bought 3 of these shelving racks, all arrived a few days ago. We're still going to have the 3 machines out on the table just here, and I've just popped my cutting paper over into the corner, stacks up beautifully. Yeah, and I bought 3 of these racks. They were £35 each from, I'm going to say jysk, if that's how you pronounce it. I was unsure whether they would work. I thought they might be a little bit high, and I definitely thought that they might come out a little bit proud. But you know what? They are absolutely perfect. They're not too deep at all, actually. And I have been able to pop everything on there, and I don't think it looks crowded at all. What I've put out are the important bits and pieces. Over here, this is going to be my I must make very soon pile. So this is a top that I need to make for my mum. And up in the top corner, I've put some of my blue fabrics that I really want to get to. They've been hanging around in my basket for a little bit too long now. Finally, I've managed to bring in all of my Luna Lapin toys. The Clementine cat, Daisy, and the 2 Lunas. And they fit on there really, really nicely. So I'm glad to have them in here, to be honest. And of course, we've got Patch hanging out on the shelf just there. A little iron on each of the shelves, so they're nice and handy for people. And as I mentioned, all those wood bits that I have, I really, really love. They fit beautifully on the shelves, so they're just kind of dotted around. I've got one up here for my little tiny rulers, the quilting rulers. And in here, let's see if we can try and do this in the camera. Can you see in there? This is a handmade piece as well. It's a kaleidoscope. It's really, really pretty. Quite hard to capture, but I love it. So a little curiosity that I just like to have in my room. And I'm really pleased actually with all the overlocker threads. You'll see I've kind of blocked them into colourways. I think they look really, really pretty. So now if I stand back in my room all the way, I just think it looks really nice. And I'm really happy, and actually all those improvements didn't cost me too much money at all. So yeah, updated room 2022.